All right, so we should have the hosting document open if you don't yet. Should look like what I have on my screen here. So lesson 7 is themes, style sets, which are different than styles. Page backgrounds, quick parts. We'll do some customization of themes, a little bit of text boxes, special characters, and background elements like a watermark, stuff like that. So what I want us to do, we're going to go to the Design tab on the ribbon. And just looking at our page, what would you say our theme color is? Reddish maroon, right? We can change that. Well, we're going to change our theme first, but we can change theme colors on this page as well. But at the far left of design is themes. Hit that drop down. The far left of the design tab, you have a bunch of themes there. So a theme is all predefined formatting options. So it changes our theme colors, all the default fonts for the document, and then like some of the text effects and things like that, as well as our styles. So let's go ahead and just choose the Ion theme. The top right one, it should be Ion. So now everything changed to orange. But let's say I like the fonts and everything, I just want to change the theme colors. So I go over to colors on the design tab, and this is where I can change the theme colors. So I'm going to choose one that's kind of greenish. There we go. So Ion was the theme, is the top right one. And then we went over to colors and just chose a different color at the far right. Well, not far right. Yep, perfect. Now, so what I want you guys to do, and where we can see where it's different. Click Home tab. What's our font now? Century Gothic. What's our default font? Anybody remember? Calibri. That's what it normally is by default. The other thing we can look at, hit the drop down for font colors. So it normally has our standard always at the bottom, maroon, red, kind of like the Roy G. Biv through there. But our theme colors are always different. So at the top is the main color. So white background 1, they have like tan, what's this green one here? Lime accent 2. And then as you go down, they're like percentages of it. So lime accent 2, and then this one is lime accent 2, lighter 80%. These ones would be like darker 80%, 50, whatever. So that's how theme colors work. Perfect, thank you. Now if we look at our styles gallery, when by default they're always blue, right? Well, now they're all green because we changed our theme colors to green. So real quick, these are styles, right? We hit the more button, we see how they look, correct? Styles. We go to the design tab, all of these are called style sets. So we have different sets of styles. So if I change a style set, everything on the home tab will change. They will change the different styles. So let's look at this far right one. It has like a shaded for heading 1 there. And then just to the left of it, heading 1 is different. It's not shaded. So that changes the entire sets of styles. So we're going to choose that shaded name, the shaded style set. It might not be the far right for you guys because my screen's a little bit different. So we're on Design tab. I want to make sure everyone's on Design tab. We're not clicked on Themes. We're clicked on the drop down for all these style sets. And the only one that has the shaded line, you guys probably has like 3 more this way, but shaded is the name. So if we click that style set and then go back to the home tab, now all of these styles are different because we changed the set. Does that kind of make sense? A set of styles and then specific styles. It's always weird. It happens every year. It's kind of confusing. I can't really try to explain it any better than that. It's just sets of styles. Let's go back to Design tab. Click that Colors drop down. And let's go down to Customize Colors. And here we could make our entire own set of theme colors. So just change a couple of them. You can always click more colors down there at the bottom when you want to choose one. And then it has two different types of color pickers. You have like this hexagon that has a fair amount of shapes. And then custom that has that rectangle to pick as well. So we could make our own specific theme colors. And then at the bottom it says custom one, you could name it whatever you wanted. But that's how we would be able to make our own custom theme colors. Hit cancel though, we aren't going to actually save one, but you will make one in Geometrix. Okay, let's go back to Design tab. Right next to Colors is Fonts. So yes, we can change the font on Home tab, but that's only one specific font. What this does will change multiple fonts and group of fonts that work together. So like we have Century Gothic, and then it usually has like Century Gothic Bold and other ones. Go ahead and just choose a different theme font. Now let's say I wanted to make a custom one. What do you think we would do? Where's custom usually at when we want to make something? Yep, the bottom of our drop down. So I'll click Fonts. All the way down at the bottom is Customize Font. So if we wanted to make custom font, we could make our heading a specific font, the text body a different font, and then name it. Who knows what a watermark is? What is it? Yep, exactly. So do we see that just to the right of where we are? Watermark. What I want you guys to do is zoom out enough to be able to see one sheet of paper, like most of the paper. And then go to watermark and just pick one of them. If you scroll, there's tons of them there. ASAP, urgent. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it on you can kind of see it on the projector, but I know for a fact on my screen you can see it. The projector just has rough settings for you to be able to tell. But if you chose a watermark, I can see my confidential in the background there. And all that is just a little bit of grayed out text on the back. Sometimes they have like do not copy. So, people, if they copy it, they weren't supposed to. And just like always, we can go to custom, type our own in that, it could say my last name. So now my watermark says Loof in the background. So choose a watermark, and then we're going to go to page color. And pick one. And this might make your watermark stand out a little bit more. One thing to remember with page color though, If you were to print white paper on a color printer, that's a lot of blue that's going to get used up. So it's nice for this, or like if you're sharing things only to be used on a computer, it helps things pop. But if you're going to print, maybe just find different color paper and then print it on that versus using all of your ink, because I can tell you ink is not cheap. You don't want to have to buy a lot. So we have, I'm going to change my page color because that blue and green looks there terrible. All right. We'll go to page borders now. So one thing with this dialog box for borders and shading. The far left tab there is borders. That's for like text or our table. Remember when we had tables, we did borders of cells. Page border is the entire page. So if we look on the left, we have box, we have one that's kind of a shadow, 3D. If we chose box, you can scroll through the styles and see, there's like squiggly lines, there's other ones, which we could do, and I'll show you guys real quick. Okay, that one's there, it's boring. What I want you guys to do is click box, but then go down to art and scroll through and pick one. There's tons of options for the art. The one thing to note, like that first one is apples, they're red. You can't change the color of that, they're going to be red. If I scroll down and pick one of these black ones, there's one that kind of looked like Mayan theme. I don't know that one, sure. So this one's black. I could change the color of it to something else, apply to the whole document obviously, and I hit OK. So now it's that color that I chose versus it just being black. If I had chose the apples, they would only be red. I can't change that. So that's a page border. Okay, let's scroll all the way down to the last page because we have some room there. Hit enter a couple times. So we're going to do some things called building blocks or quick parts. We need to be on the insert tab now. And near the far right is the text group. We're going to go to quick parts. Click that drop down. So auto text has something we're not going to deal with, so don't worry about that. Document property, if we hover over that, it has a bunch of options there that we could insert in. So you guys keep your document properties up. I'm going to show you where these come from. So if we go to file, remember, we had all these properties over here. So right now I have no comments, no tags, nothing for these properties. Whatever was in here that we would have to put in, then when we went to document property and inserted one, it would be whatever showed up that we typed in on file. So that's document properties. I want us to click field. And let's click author. Choose uppercase format and hit OK. Now we're going to go to File. Down at the bottom, do you see Related People? On the right side, maybe you have to hit Show All here. and then add your name as an author. Now I'll have to go back because it didn't show up the first time. I'll hit author, uppercase, and now any authors that we have will show up. Let's go back to quick parts field. There's tons of them we could put in here. There's bibliography. We're going to choose date. You see tons of different date formats to choose from. Just pick one and hit OK. So what these fields, and then right below field is building blocks organizer. All of these are ways if you were to make your own template. So remember when we downloaded that template, it just said click here to add text. That's what we would be making with these fields, and what we're about to do is a building block. So let's say this is our paper, right? We don't have a cover page. So we're going to go to quick parts, go down to building blocks organizer. And click gallery at the top. So it sorts by gallery. And then you see like a few bibliographies and then a bunch of cover page styles. Just choose one that you like, hit insert, and then if you scroll to the top, it'll insert a cover page that matches our document theme colors. So now we have a cover page for our paper. Just scrolling through and seeing some other ones just so we know. We have bibliography, cover page. We can put in specific footers from here, headers from here, any type of nice looking page numbers. So I'll just do this one real quick. I'll hit insert. And now, well, my border covers it up, but that's what we can get from building blocks organizer. Let's go to File, New, and click Blank. So this is what a header and a footer is. A header is the top part of our page in the margin where there's normally no text. So if I see where my margin is here, I'll double click up here and see how it has header now. And what that is something, whatever you put in the header and or the footer will be printed on every single page. Unless I were to check this different first page. Yes. Do you have a question? Okay. So a header could just be like my name. Or if you guys have seen on any of the assignments that I've made, or at the bottom on the footer, I like to have like Info Tech 1, and then my name, and then the date. So what I want you guys to do, go to the footer. If you just scroll down, it'll be open for you to edit. And just press tab twice, because by default, it puts in our left tab at the beginning, there's a center tab, and then a right tab, all the way at the far right. So normally, people like to put page numbers, so I could go to page number here, bottom of page, they have options. But we're going to put a date in. So click date and time. And then just pick one. But at the bottom right, you should see a checkbox that says update automatically. And if we check that, and I were to open this document in 2 days, it wouldn't say 9/15, it would say 9/17. It would know whatever date this is being opened and used on to change. We can also access our quick parts from here, and we could do other things as well. We've done this before. How do I insert a text box? So insert tab, then what group? Text group. You have text box here. They have the pre-made ones, or we could draw. We've done that. The last one is special characters. So on the insert tab at the far right, we see symbol. And click that and you'll see some options there. So we have, I have like smiley face, some other random ones. What's the C with the circle? Copyright. Then we have like the trademark logo there. Then we can hit, there's a little R for registered. Or you could hit more. And it's the same dialog box as when we made custom bullets. You could just have special characters that show up. So I could put this smiley face in. And then I just have a smiley face. So we did themes. What's the difference between a style and a style set? So we have styles on the home tab. These are our styles. Our style sets were on the design tab, and they were a set of styles that change the styles on the home tab. We changed the background color of our watermark in. We did quick parts, so like page number, other things like that. And then some special elements.